If you don't know where you're going, you might not like where you end up. Hi, I hope you have a lovely day. I'm Iris Blue and I'm a speaker and a coach, and welcome to my YouTube channel. The place to be if you want to get fired up to your full potential. So today we're going to talk about how you plan for a new project. A new project can be quite overwhelming and there's a lot to do often. And how do you make sure that you achieve those goals? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Will show you how I like to plan for a project, and hopefully that is useful to you as well. I have a new project that just came out. I'm so excited and so proud of it. It's called the Phoenix People Project, and it's a documentary series about sexual abuse. I know it's quite a heavy subject, but I have wanted to do this for so long because it's so important to me. And planning for a project like that can be it can be a lot. So I will show you how I plan for my project. So first things first, or actually last things first. I like to work from the back to the front. So I'll set a date for myself, a deadline. And if you're an entrepreneur, you need to make those deadlines yourself. And it can be quite hard because you have to make a good guess about how long a project is gonna take. But I like to work with deadlines because I've noticed in the past, if I didn't have deadlines for projects that I made myself, then they would end up taking a lot of time. And if I do have a deadline, I work towards that deadline and it's way easier. Of course, do be realistic and don't set a deadline way too soon because you don't want to get yourself overworked. So I like to do this in Google Calendar, and for people who have been following me, they know that I love Google Calendar. I use this tool a lot, and what I do, I set the deadline, the end deadline, like project due deadline in my Google Calendars, and I work from there to where I am right now. After that, I like to make a to-do list. So I write down everything in a brain dump that I need to do to finish this project. And I do this just on paper. And then I go into Google Calendar again to make in-between deadlines. For example, for my project, I have a end date that is a premiere because I need to find a location, I need to film. I set in-between dates when they need to be finished. For example, if I want to do a premiere at a location, I need to make sure that I have a location well in advance because they make like monthly schedules for their premieres and for their showings. So I need to make sure that I have a location a month before, and also the location probably wants to see a rough version of my documentary. So I need to make sure the first version is due like a month before the premiere is, and stuff like that. But also, if you are on social media, you probably have dates where you need to have like material. For example, if you have to plan for school, then probably you have an end date where everything needs to be finished, but you also have dates in between where you need to show your professors what you have been up to. Just put them all into Google Calendar, and then I go into another online tool called ClickUp. So ClickUp is a free tool. I have been talking about them before this. It's a free tool, it's really useful, and it is to actually make a to-do list that is a little bit more scheduled than your normal to-do list. So I put my whole to-do list into categories and I put them into ClickUp. And what I do then is actually what I love about ClickUp. I set dates for all those tasks. And I know this sounds overwhelming and very exhausting, but you'll end up with probably 1 or 2 tasks you need to do every week. And it is so much more easy than just having that giant to-do list and realizing that you're nowhere near the end of your project. So I like to actually make the to-do list in ClickUp and then assign which things I'm gonna do which weeks. Also, I have all my due dates in there. And what I like to do is I just look every week into ClickUp, and then I time block what I need to do that week into Google Calendar again. So it's a little bit going back and forth, but I promise you these tools are very, very handy if you need to plan a project, because most important thing in planning a project is that you actually set dates for when you need to finish stuff, because especially when you're an entrepreneur, because I do know from personal experience that I would set up to make, for example, a website, and I don't have an end date when that website needs to be finished, and therefore it's been something that's on my to-do list for 4 months now. So setting dates for yourself and giving yourself enough time are really important when you're planning a project, and also creating like a good to-do list so you actually have a good overview and you actually can see what needs to be done in certain amounts of time. So again, my tip is make deadlines for the big stuff. Make little deadlines for all your to-dos, and celebrate the little wins and the little to-dos as well, because a project can be quite overwhelming. It can be quite a lot. It can be quite stressful, but it also can be so rewarding. And if you allow yourself to enjoy the journey and not only the destination where you want to get to, then planning a project and doing a project can be so much fun. So those are my tips for you when it comes to how to plan a project. I really hope you find them useful. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'm making more videos. I will upload a new video every Friday. I will see you next time, and in the meantime, don't forget that only you have the power to make the life you want.